open up the box, and we have a nitricure, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's 1 pound. That's quite a bit. This is for making bacon. So you use 1.8 grams per kilogram. So to put that in perspective, that is a couple hundred kilograms, I think, of bacon. This is a dry rub, and you basically coat the outside of the bacon. Let's see, 40 grams of rub per kilogram, and you give it a good coating, put it in a plastic bag, leave it in the refrigerator, and check the meat every now and then, turning it over. And you can add a few other ingredients, like I want to make spicy bacon with this, and get some cayenne peppers and some other heat into it. And then I also want to, if you've seen any of my other videos, incorporate some maple syrup into it and make a nice maple cured bacon. So here's the next part of the unboxing video, is the pork belly I got from the butcher shop. It's frozen now because I got it a few days ago, and I wanted to wait till I got the cure, so I'm going to leave this in the fridge and let it thaw out. In a couple days we'll be making some bacon. $21, and it's about 7 pounds. Maybe make 5 pounds of bacon and 2 pounds of the Chinese barbecue. It's quite good. Alright, so we've got our pork belly here. Alright, so I've cut my side of pork into 3 pieces. This is the rougher of the pieces, so I'm just going to put that aside for another recipe or another type of food. And then I've got a 3-pound piece and a 2.5-pound piece here. What I want to do is I just want to make sure there's no folds in this and extra things kicking around. So there we go. Brown sugar, maple syrup, kosher salt, which the camera's sitting on, and I need my cure. And in this case I'll be using the nitricure, or a 1/4 cup, pardon me, of brown sugar. Alright. Just going to clear the scale, and we need to measure 2 ounces of salt. There's 1 teaspoon of cure and 2 teaspoons. And now the secret ingredient, homemade maple syrup. Going to take our cure and rub it all over our bacon or pork. Alright, so there we have that. here in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and every couple of days we will flip it over. So I've got 2 pounds of pork there, so I've got 40, which is a kilogram, so I've got 40 grams of this cure. Now I want this to have a little bite to it, so I'm going to put a little bit of ground cayenne pepper in with it. Kind of like finger painting with pork. So that's fully covered. I'm going to get that into a Ziploc bag. And what will happen over a period of 7 to 10 days is that will slowly sweat out water, firming up the side of, firming up the pork belly, and curing it into bacon. Alright, so that is the spicy bacon here. And then below it we have the other bacon curing, and that's the one in the maple syrup, brown sugar, and salt cure. And that one there is the just the cure mixed in with some salt and some cayenne pepper. So here's the hot bacon, and as you can see, it's just a nice looking cut. It's got lots of meat and a nice big strip of fat. Now after it's been curing for a week, it's hardened up quite nicely, and a lot of the fluids has left the bacon. And I think actually technically this is bacon now and not just raw pork, because it's been curing. And here we have our maple cured bacon. It has maple syrup, brown sugar, and kosher salt along with the cure. Here's our slab of maple bacon. It's just soaking in some cold water just to get some of the salt out of it. We worked so hard getting in. And I'm going to just continue to wash that and change the water over, and then I'm going to let it air dry. And here's the spicy bacon soaking in some cold water in a glass dish. And we're just going to get some of the cure out of it and just keep flipping it over from time to time and get it ready to air dry. Our 2 slabs of bacon that have been washed out and then pat dried. That is the spicy bacon with the cayenne pepper, and then that's the sweet maple bacon. So what we're going to do is just leave that in the refrigerator open and let the meat sort of develop as they say, a pellicle that will take the smoke. Applewood wood chips that I soaked in water and put inside the stainless steel box. Alright, so now it's time to smoke the bacon. So what I've done is I've got the barbecue on low, and I've got some smoker box here. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the bacon inside here. Now it's holding in around just over 200 degrees, so we are going to just turn it down a bit, see if I can get that down to about 175. It's a cool day, so I think I can pull that off. Alright, so you can see the smoke coming out slowly. So we've got our maple and we've got our spicy bacon, so we're just going to get that back up on the rack. Alright, here we have our bacon hanging over the grill, and over on this side we have the only hot element going. I have a smoker box going with some applewood, and I also just crumpled some more wet wood up in some foil just to give it a little more smoke. Anyway, we're about an hour into this. I'm going to give it a couple more hours, let some smoke. And as you can see, we're trying to keep the temperature around 200 degrees. Alright, so here's our first bacon test strip. Oh, I like the sound of that. Bacon test strip. Yes, one more piece would be about right. Oops, a little thin, but we won't throw it out. So here's our slab of spicy bacon. And as you can see, just got it off the smoker, and we're just going to cut trim a piece off and try a piece in the grill. And now for the taste test.